Victor Gyökeres to Manchester United. A perfect reunion with Ruben Amorim? The scoring problem at Old Trafford. Manchester United fans have been wondering the same thing all season. When will the goals come? The lack of firepower has been clear for everyone to see. Just look at the recent defeat to Nottingham Forest, where the team failed to find the back of the net once again. This scoring drought has left many supporters asking if the current strikers are up to the task. Rasmus Højlund is still young at 22. He's shown flashes of potential, but hasn't delivered consistently enough to lead the line at a club like Manchester United. Joshua Zirkzee, just a year older, isn't a natural number 9. With such pressing issues up front, it's no surprise that new manager Ruben Amorim is already looking for solutions. Could Swedish striker Victor Gyökeres be the answer to United's problems? Let's dive into why this transfer might be exactly what the Red Devils need. Who is Victor Gyökeres? If you're not familiar with Gyökeres, you're missing out on one of Europe's most exciting strikers. The 26-year-old Swedish international has been lighting up the Portuguese league with Sporting CP. Gyökeres wasn't always in the spotlight. His journey started in Stockholm, where he began playing football at just 5 years old with local club IFK Espudentelis. At 14, he moved to Brommapojkarna, working his way through their youth system before making his senior debut. His career then took him to England with Brighton and Hove Albion in 2018, though he didn't quite break through there. Loans to German side St. Pauli, Swansea City, and finally Coventry City followed. It was at Coventry where Gyökeres really began to show his quality, eventually earning a permanent move there in 2021. After impressing in the Championship, Sporting CP came calling in July 2023. They paid a club record fee of €20 million, plus €4 million in bonuses, to bring him to Portugal. Since then, he's been nothing short of spectacular. The Sporting CP success story. What has Gyökeres achieved in Portugal? The numbers speak for themselves. Since joining Sporting, he's scored an incredible 85 goals and provided 26 assists in just 92 appearances. That's nearly a goal contribution per game. In his first season, he helped Sporting win the Primera Liga title. He was the league's top scorer with 29 goals in 33 games, earning him the prestigious Bola de Prata award. He was also named Player of the Year in Portugal. These impressive performances haven't gone unnoticed. Clubs across Europe have been tracking his progress, with Manchester United and Arsenal reportedly among his admirers. The Amorim connection. Why are Manchester United interested in Gyökeres? One word: Amorim. Ruben Amorim, who recently took over as Manchester United manager, knows Gyökeres well from their time together at Sporting CP. It was under Amorim's guidance that Gyökeres transformed into one of Europe's most feared strikers. According to reports, Amorim is keen on a reunion with his former striker at Old Trafford. Sources have even suggested that Gyökeres has given his word to Amorim about joining him at Manchester United this summer. This connection could be crucial in any transfer negotiations. When a player has already succeeded under a manager's system, the chances of them hitting the ground running at a new club increase significantly. What does Nani think? Former Manchester United winger Nani has thrown his weight behind the potential signing. Speaking on Rio Ferdinand's show, Nani said, "He is a player who can play in the Premier League. Trust me." Nani also highlighted why Gyökeres would be perfect for United. "I would love to see him at Man United, because we need players. If he can go to Man United and do the same as he's doing here, I will be very happy because he scores so many goals he scores every week." Perhaps most importantly, Nani emphasized that Gyökeres offers more than just goals. If he doesn't score, he assists, he creates for the team. He's very powerful. He's a player who can run for 90 minutes at the same speed. When a player gets this kind of endorsement from a former United star who's watched him up close, fans should take notice. The Kane alternative. Not everyone is convinced that Gyökeres is the right choice, however. Former Manchester United striker Louis Saha believes that Harry Kane would be a better signing despite his age. Saha told Goal, "I think so. When you look at his numbers, he may be older than he was 2 years ago, even though he has scored many for Bayern Munich. Part of that is a shame, because those goals could have won the Premier League for United." Saha also pointed out that Kane would bring leadership qualities. His performances would give confidence towards other players like Rasmus, like Zerski, and players around who need guidance, who need guarantees, who need leadership. He added, Gyökeres and Matita are good players, definitely in form, but they're not quite Kane's caliber. Is Saha right? Would the proven Premier League goalscorer be a better fit than Gyökeres? It's a debate that will likely continue among fans until a decision is made. What makes Gyökeres special? To understand why Amorim wants Gyökeres at United, we need to look at what makes him such a special player. Gyökeres is known for his physicality, pace, and stamina. He uses his acceleration to get behind defenders and his strength to win battles both on the ground and in the air. He's not just a goal scorer. He's also great at holding up the ball and linking play with teammates. His pressing ability is another key asset. He works tirelessly to put pressure on opposition defenders, forcing mistakes and helping his team win back possession high up the pitch. In Amorim's 3-4-3 formation at Sporting, Gyökeres played as the central striker at the highest point of the attack. He would often drift into wide areas or half spaces to create room for his teammates. This versatility would be valuable at Manchester United, where the ability to adapt and create space is crucial. Would Gyökeres fit at United? The short answer is yes. Gyökeres would likely be a good fit at Manchester United under Amorim. Here's why. 1. He already knows Amorim's system. Having played under Amorim at Sporting, Gyökeres understands the manager's tactical approach. This would help him settle quickly at United. 2. He's proven he can score goals consistently, with 85 goals in 92 games for Sporting. Gyökeres has shown he knows how to find the back of the net. 3. He offers more than just goals. As Nani pointed out, Gyökeres creates chances for his teammates too. His 26 assists at Sporting highlight this. 4. He has the physical attributes for the Premier League. His strength, pace, and stamina suggest he could handle the physicality of English football. 5. He's entering his prime years. At 26, Gyökeres is at the perfect age to make an impact immediately while still having many years ahead of him. Potential challenges. Any transfer comes with risks, and there are some challenges that Gyökeres might face if he moves to Manchester United. Premier League adaptation. While Gyökeres has played in England before with Brighton, Swansea, and Coventry, he's never been tested in the Premier League. The step up in quality could take time to adjust to. Pressure at Old Trafford. Playing for Manchester United brings enormous pressure. Some players thrive under this pressure. Others struggle. How would Gyökeres handle the expectations of the United faithful? Competition with existing strikers. United already have Højlund and Zirkzee. How would Amorim manage all three strikers, and would Gyökeres be guaranteed playing time? Transfer fee. Gyökeres has a release clause of €100 million. Would United be willing to pay such a high fee, especially with other areas of the team also needing investment? Arsenal interest. Reports suggest Arsenal are also interested in Gyökeres. Competition from another top Premier League club could complicate any deal. What would it mean for United? If Manchester United do sign Gyökeres, what would it mean for the club? First, it would signal serious backing for Amorim. Getting his preferred striker would show that the club is supporting their new manager's vision. Second, it would address one of the team's biggest weaknesses, the lack of a consistent goal scorer. Gyökeres' record suggests he could provide the firepower United have been missing. Third, it would potentially help get the best out of United's creative players. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Alejandro Garnacho would benefit from having a striker who can finish the chances they create. Finally, it would be a statement of intent. Signing one of Europe's most informed strikers would show that United are serious about returning to the top of English and European football. What do the fans think? United fans seem divided on whether Gyökeres would be the right signing. Some are excited by his goal record and the prospect of him reuniting with Amorim. Others worry about the high transfer fee and question whether his success in Portugal would translate to the Premier League. On social media, one common question from fans is Gyökeres really good enough for Manchester United? The simple answer is that his numbers suggest he is. Any striker who scores 85 goals in 92 games has serious quality. Another question fans are asking is Should we go for Gyökeres or Kane? While Kane is a proven Premier League goalscorer, he's older and would likely cost a significant fee too. Gyökeres offers potentially better value for money and a longer career at the top level. What do you think? Would you prefer to see Gyökeres or Kane leading the line for Manchester United next season? The timeline and likelihood. So when could this transfer happen and how likely is it? The summer transfer window opens on July 1st, 2025, though clubs often agree deals before this date. If United are serious about signing Gyökeres, they might try to get a deal done early to avoid a bidding war with other interested clubs. As for the likelihood, there are positive signs. Amorim wants the player, and reports suggest Gyökeres has given his word about joining United. However, things can change quickly in football. Arsenal's interest and United's current poor form could both impact any potential deal. The release clause of €100 million is also a potential stumbling block. United would need to decide if they're willing to pay such a high fee for a player who, despite his impressive record, hasn't proven himself in a top 5 European league. Questions to consider. As we wait to see what happens with this potential transfer, here are some questions to think about. 1. Would Gyökeres be worth €100 million, or should United try to negotiate a lower fee? 2. How would Gyökeres' arrival impact Højlund's development? 3. Could United afford to sign both Gyökeres and strengthen other areas of the team that need improvement? 4. How would Gyökeres perform in the Premier League compared to his time in Portugal? 5. Is reuniting with Amorim enough reason to believe Gyökeres would be successful at United? The bigger picture. This potential transfer isn't just about adding a goal scorer. It's about Amorim implementing his vision at Manchester United. The manager clearly believes Gyökeres is a key piece of the puzzle. If United want to return to challenging for the Premier League and Champions League, they need a striker who can deliver 20-plus goals a season. Based on his record at Sporting, Gyökeres could be that striker. However, United's problems go beyond just the striker position. The defense has been shaky, the midfield lacks balance, and the overall team structure needs work. While signing Gyökeres would be a positive step, it wouldn't solve all of United's issues overnight. The verdict. So, should Manchester United sign Victor Gyökeres? Based on the information available, yes, he would be an excellent addition to the squad. His goal record speaks for itself, and his previous successful relationship with Amorim suggests he could hit the ground running at Old Trafford. While the €100 million release clause is high, top strikers don't come cheap in today's market. If United want to compete at the highest level again, they need to invest in quality players. The endorsement from Nani, who has seen Gyökeres up close, is also encouraging. When a former United star speaks so highly of a player, it's worth taking notice. Of course, there are risks involved, as with any transfer. But for a United team desperately in need of goals, Gyökeres represents an exciting opportunity to address a glaring weakness in the squad. What's next? We'll need to wait and see how this transfer saga develops. Will United make a move for Gyökeres? Will Arsenal's interest turn into a concrete bid? Will Gyökeres keep his word to Amorim despite United's current struggles? These questions will likely be answered in the coming months as we approach the summer transfer window. Until then, United fans can only hope that the club's decision-makers are working behind the scenes to bring in the firepower needed to return the club to its former glory. One thing is clear: Manchester United need a top-quality striker, and Victor Gyökeres fits the bill. A reunion with Ruben Amorim at Old Trafford could be just what both the player and the club need. What do you think? Would Victor Gyökeres be the perfect signing for Manchester United? Share your thoughts with other United news readers in the comments. Ease to United. Is Pallister the answer to Amorim's midfield problems? Manchester United fans are always on the lookout for exciting transfer news, and recent reports linking Crystal Palace star Eberechi Eze with a move to Old Trafford have certainly caught attention. With new manager Ruben Amorim settling in and looking to reshape the squad, could Eze be the creative spark United so desperately need? Let's dive into what this potential transfer could mean for the Red Devils. The Eze appeal, why United want him. Ruben Amorim hasn't wasted any time identifying transfer targets, and Eze appears to be high on his wish list. According to reports, Amorim is a huge fan of the England international and believes he would fit perfectly into his plans. But why Eze specifically? The answer lies in his playing style and United's current squad situation. United's midfield has struggled for creativity and goal contributions beyond Bruno Fernandes. Mason Mount's injury problems have prevented him from making the impact many expected, while youngsters Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho face uncertain futures at the club. Meanwhile, Christian Eriksen appears to be in the twilight of his United career, with no contract extension offered. Eze brings exactly what United need: creativity, goal threat, and technical ability. His numbers speak for themselves. 6 goals and 9 assists from 29 starts the season, following last season's impressive tally of 11 goals and 6 assists. Those are the kind of statistics that can transform a team's attacking output. Who is Eberechi Eze? For fans who might not be familiar with Eze's background, his journey to the top makes for inspiring reading. Born in Greenwich, London to Nigerian parents, Eze didn't have the straightforward academy path that many Premier League stars enjoy. He was released by Arsenal at just 13 years old before bouncing between Fulham and Reading. After being let go by Millwall without a professional contract, he continued studying in college while trialing at Queen's Park Rangers. It was at QPR where Eze finally found his home, developing into one of the championship's standout performers. His breakthrough 2019-20 season saw him score 14 goals and earn a place in the PFA Championship Team of the Year, catching the attention of Premier League clubs. Crystal Palace won the race for his signature in August 2020, paying around £17 million, a fee that now looks like a bargain given his development since then. What makes Eze special? When you watch Eze play, you immediately notice something different about him. He has that rare ability to make difficult things look easy. His playing style combines several key strengths. He creates chances with clever passes and movement. His dribbling is smooth and effective, allowing him to glide past defenders. He can score from distance and from set pieces. He works hard off the ball, pressing and recovering possession. He's comfortable playing in different positions across the attack. Palace fans have nicknamed him the cage baller because of his street football style, skills that were developed playing in the cages of Greenwich as a youngster. This background gives him unpredictable moves that defenders struggle to read. What's particularly impressive is how Eze has improved his end product. Early in his career, critics wondered if he could turn his obvious talent into goals and assists consistently. Those doubts have been firmly answered during his time at Palace, where he's become one of the Premier League's most dangerous attacking midfielders. How would Eze fit into Amorim's system? One of the key questions around any potential transfer is how the player would fit into the team's system. With Amorim known for his 3-4-3 formation at Sporting Lisbon, where would Eze play? Amorim reportedly sees Eze as perfect for one of the number 10 positions in his system. These are key roles that require players who can link midfield and attack, create chances, and contribute goals themselves. Bruno Fernandes has excelled as a central midfielder recently, which opens up space for another creative player further forward. Eze's ability to operate in tight spaces and pick out passes would be valuable in breaking down defensive teams, something United have struggled with. His versatility is another bonus. Eze can play as a central attacking midfielder on the left wing, or even as part of a midfield three if needed. This flexibility would give Amorim options to adapt his approach depending on the opposition. Would Eze want to join United? This is always a crucial question in any transfer. Does the player actually want to move? In Eze's case, there's reason to believe he might. The article mentions that Manchester United is Eze's boyhood club, suggesting he might have a personal connection that would make the move appealing. At 26 years old, Eze is entering his prime years as a footballer. While Crystal Palace has shown impressive improvement under Oliver Glasner, especially in the latter part of last season, United would offer a different level of platform, European football, a worldwide fan base, and the chance to play for one of football's most storied clubs. The partnership with Michael Ollis and Jean-Philippe Mateta has been fantastic for Palace, but the opportunity to link up with the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and other United stars might be too tempting to turn down. The price tag question. As with any major transfer, money will be a decisive factor. According to reports, Crystal Palace have set a starting price of £60 million for their star man, a significant investment for United. Is Eze worth that kind of money? Based on his performances and age profile, many would say yes. He's a proven Premier League performer entering his peak years, with the technical and physical attributes to succeed at the highest level. The bigger question is whether United can afford to spend that much on an attacking midfielder when they have other priorities. Reports suggest a striker is at the top of Amorim's wish list, and the club might need to address other positions too. United's transfer decisions will depend on their total budget and whether they can raise funds through player sales. The article mentions that Manu and Garnacho could potentially be sold to raise money, though many fans would be disappointed to see these talented youngsters leave. Competition from Spurs. United aren't the only club with their eyes on Eze. According to reports, Tottenham Hotspur are long-term admirers of the England international. This could create a bidding war that drives the price even higher. Spurs have shown ambition in the transfer market under Ange Postecoglou, and their potential involvement complicates United's pursuit. Would Eze prefer United or Spurs? That's impossible to know for certain, but if the reports about United being his boyhood club are accurate, that could give the Red Devils an edge in negotiations. Eze's playing style. A deeper look. What exactly would United be getting if they signed Eze? Let's break down his playing style in more detail. Eze combines technical skill with physical attributes in a way that makes him a nightmare for defenders. He has the close control and quick feet to operate in tight spaces, but also the acceleration to burst past opponents when given room to run. His decision-making in the final third has improved significantly during his time at Palace. He knows when to shoot, when to pass, and when to take on a defender, the kind of game intelligence that can't be taught easily. Set pieces are another area where Eze excels. His free kick against Brentford at the start of the 2024-25 season was disallowed controversially, but it showed his exceptional technique. United have lacked a consistent free kick specialist since Cristiano Ronaldo's departure, and Eze could fill that void. Perhaps most importantly, Eze has shown he can perform consistently at Premier League level. He's not a one-season wonder or a player with potential that hasn't been fulfilled. His progression curve has been steadily upward, suggesting he could reach even greater heights in the right environment. The United midfield puzzle. To understand why Eze would be valuable to United, we need to look at their current midfield options. Bruno Fernandes remains the creative heartbeat of the team, but relying on one player for creativity creates problems when teams focus on shutting him down. Mason Mount was signed to share that creative burden, but injuries have limited his impact. Case Moreau and Kobbie Mainoo have formed a solid partnership in deeper midfield roles at times, but neither offers the same attacking threat as Eze. Christian Eriksen can unlock defenses with his passing but lacks the dynamism needed in the modern Premier League. This is where Eze would transform United's options. His ability to carry the ball forward, beat defenders, and create in the final third would add a new dimension to United's attack. Combined with Bruno's vision and passing range, it could form one of the league's most creative midfield partnerships. Would Eze make United title contenders? This is the ultimate question for any major signing. Would adding Eze help close the gap to Manchester City and Arsenal? While one player rarely transforms a team completely, Eze would address one of United's biggest weaknesses, creativity and goal threat from midfield. United have often struggled to break down teams that defend deep, and Eze's skill set is perfectly suited to solving those kinds of problems. However, United's issues run deeper than just one position. The team needs strengthening in several areas to become genuine title contenders, with a striker widely reported to be the top priority. What Eze would provide is a step in the right direction, a player entering his prime years with the talent to elevate those around him. Combined with other smart signings and Amorim's tactical approach, it could form part of a rebuild that eventually returns United to the top of English football. What next for United and Eze? Transfer stories like this one often take months to develop. Palace won't want to lose their star player easily, especially mid-season, so this feels more like a summer 2025 possibility than an immediate January move. United fans should watch Eze's performances closely in the coming months. His form, fitness, and how he fits into Palace's system under their manager will all influence whether United push ahead with their interest. The club's financial situation will also be crucial. Can they afford to spend £60 million on ease while also strengthening other positions? Will they need to sell players first? These questions will shape United's transfer strategy. For Ease himself, continuing to perform at a high level is key. He's established himself in the England setup now, making his senior debut in 2023 and representing his country at Euro 2024. Maintaining that international status will be important for his career trajectory. The final verdict: should United sign Ease? Based on everything we know, Ease looks like he would be an excellent signing for Manchester United. His playing style, age profile, and reported admiration from manager Ruben Amorim all point to a potentially successful transfer. The £60 million price tag is substantial but reflects the reality of the modern transfer market for proven Premier League talents. If United truly believe Ease can be a difference maker, that fee might look like good business a few years down the line. The most exciting aspect for United fans is imagining Ease linking up with the attacking talent already at the club. A midfield featuring Bruno Fernandes and Ebereki Ease would certainly get fans on the edge of their seats. Of course, transfers never happen in isolation. United's overall strategy, other targets, and financial constraints will all play a part in whether Ease eventually pulls on the famous red shirt. What do you think, United fans? Would Ease be the creative spark the team needs? Or should the club focus their resources elsewhere? The coming months will reveal whether this transfer rumor becomes reality. But one thing is certain: Ebereki Ease is a special talent who would improve almost any team in world football. For now, we'll keep a close eye on developments and update you with any news on this exciting potential transfer. The journey of the cage baller from Greenwich to possibly Old Trafford is one worth following closely.